Hi, I'm Cheryl, and today we're going to be replacing the fan motor in a Maytag refrigerator. You may need to replace the fan motor if you're hearing weird sounds coming from your freezer, or if your freezer or your refrigerator is too warm. This repair should only take about 20-25 minutes. For this repair, we're only going to need 3 tools: Phillips head screwdriver, 1/4-inch nut driver, and a flathead screwdriver. If you don't already have a new fan motor, they are available for purchase on our website. Before repairing any appliance, always make sure it is completely disconnected from the power source. To remove the wire rack, push up on all 4 corners. You'll then be able to slide it to one side and take one end out. Then you can tip it up at an angle and remove it. Next, we need to remove the small cover on the air tower. It's covering up a 1/4-inch bolt. We'll need to remove that with our 1/4-inch nut driver. Once that is removed, you can press in the tabs on the side of the air tower until it pops out. There's 4 tabs. Then you'll be able to lift up and remove the air tower. Next, we need to remove the screw on the icebox cover, or if you have an ice maker, you're going to need to remove that. There are screws that screw in here that you'll just need to remove in order to remove the ice maker. So we'll unscrew this screw. Now we can release the ice maker cover by depressing the tabs on the top and bottom. The ice maker harness will be connected on the inside. It's just held in by a little tab. So just lift up on that tab, and we'll release the harness. Next, we'll need to remove the 4 Phillips head screws at the top of the evaporator cover. With those screws removed, we'll be able to tip the evaporator cover forward. There's a ground wire connected right by the ice maker harness. So you're just going to need to pry that off. And you'll be able to remove the evaporator cover. So here we have the freezer fan. We're going to need to take this whole assembly out. So we'll start by just removing the wires from the channel. Be very gentle. Put them down towards the front here. And then we're going to need to remove the 2 1/4-inch bolts on the back with a 1/4-inch nut driver. When you're loosening the last screw, make sure to get a good hold of the motor so it doesn't drop. Next, we're going to need to remove these wires to the motor. So if you can't pull them off easily, you can use your flathead screwdriver in order to pry these off. Remove the mounting screws if you haven't already. Next, we're going to need to pry off the fan blades. So you can take your flathead screwdriver and just push up on the bottom of the blades. Work it off the shaft here until it comes off. Now that we have the fan blade off, we can remove the back bracket of the assembly. In order to do this, we just need to squeeze the black tabs here. Squeeze them until you can push them out towards the back on both sides. Just be really careful of the motor when you're doing this. You don't want to drop it to the ground. There are 2 grommets that go on the front and back of the motor. Make sure that you keep those to the side to put on your new motor because your new motor won't come with them. When installing your new fan motor, we're going to put the grommets on first, one on the front, one on the back. Make sure they're flush to the motor. And then we can take the back bracket piece. We're going to line up that grommet with the hex-shaped back bracket. Make sure that's on there good and secure. Notice these clips are towards the bottom end. Then we can put the front of the assembly on. And again, it'll clip into place. Like so. Make sure that front grommet is also sitting lined up on the grommet. And then we can place the fan blades right on top. Just push those on so it's on there firmly. Place the screws into the mounting holes and then get ready to mount it. Now we can reconnect the wires. Grounding wire goes in the middle. And just reconnect the other two wires. Tighten down the screws. There we go. And now just put the wiring back in the channel above the motor. Here we go. Now we can replace the evaporator cover. Line it up at the bottom here. You're going to need to reconnect the grounding wire on the little tab that it came off of. It'll clip on a place there. And then feed the wiring harness through the ice maker hole. And then you can push the evaporator cover into place. And now you can re-screw in those screws. Now we can replace the cover for the ice maker harness. Just reconnect that in where it was originally connected. So it clicks into place there. And you can realign that with the back until it snaps into place. And re-screw in that mounting screw on the bottom. Now we can replace the air tower. It'll sit right in the back where it came out of. Then just push it back into the slots that the tabs popped out of. Remount the 1/4-inch screw in the middle. And replace the cover. One side of the cover is smaller than the other side. So just pay attention to that and it'll clip right into place. Replace the wire rack by bringing it in at an angle. Slide one side into the holes until you could lower it down and even it out. Push down to lock it into place. And that's it. Here's a quick recap. All of our OEM parts and tools are available for purchase on our website. Check them out, along with our social media sites here.